Bobcats. Welcome to the school-wide read-along that I just kind of decided we were going to do. This one is intended for anybody that wants to listen. The book I chose to read aloud to you guys is Wishtree by Katherine Applegate. Some of you might be familiar with this book. You may have already read it. Some of you may have read one of her other books, like The One and Only Ivan, which is a fantastic book. But this one's really special. So this is Wishtree by Katherine Applegate. And it starts with a poem. It's called Be Different to Trees. The talking oak to the ancients spoke, but any tree will talk to me. What truths I know I garnered so. But those who want to talk and tell, and those who will not listeners be, will never hear a syllable from out the lips of any tree. That was written by Mary Carolyn Davies in 1924. Chapter 1. It's hard to talk to trees. We're not big on chit-chat. That's not to say we can't do amazing things you'll probably never do. We can cradle downy little owlets. We can steady flimsy tree forts. Photosynthesize. But talk to people, not so much. And just try to get a tree to tell a good joke. Trees do talk to some folks, the ones we know we can trust. We talk to daredevil squirrels. We talk to hardworking worms. We talk to flashy butterflies and to bashful moths. Birds, they're delightful. Frogs, grumpy but good-hearted. Snakes, terrible gossips. Trees, well, I've never met a tree I didn't like. Well, okay, there's that sycamore down on the corner. Yakety, yakety, yak, that one. So do we ever talk to people? Actually, talk that most people-y of people skills? Good question. Trees have a rather complicated relationship with people, after all. One minute you're hugging us, the next minute you're turning us into tables and tongue depressors. Perhaps you're wondering why the fact that trees talk wasn't covered in science class during those Mother Nature is our friend lessons. Don't blame your teachers. They probably didn't know that trees can talk. Most people don't. Nonetheless, if you find yourself standing near a particularly friendly-looking tree on a particularly lucky-feeling day, it can't hurt to listen up. Trees can't tell jokes, but we certainly can tell stories. And if all you hear is the whisper of leaves, don't worry. Most trees are introverts at heart. Chapter 2. Name's Red, by the way. Maybe we've met. The oak tree near the elementary school? Big but not too big. Sweet shade in the summer. Fine color in the fall. I'm proud to say that I'm a northern red oak, known as Quercus rubra. Red oaks are one of the most common trees in North America. In my neighborhood alone, hundreds upon hundreds of us are weaving our roots into the soil like knitters on a mission. I have ridged reddish-gray bark, leathery leaves with pointed lobes, stubborn, searching roots, and if I do say so myself, the best fall color on the street. Red doesn't begin to do me justice. Come October, I look like I am ablaze. It's a miracle the fire department doesn't try to hose me down every autumn. You might be surprised to learn that all red oaks are named red. Likewise, all sugar maples are called sugar. All junipers are called juniper. All boojum trees are called boojum. That's how it is in tree world. We don't need names to tell one another apart. Imagine a classroom where every child is named Melvin. Imagine the poor teacher trying to take attendance each morning. It's a good thing trees don't go to school. Of course, there are exceptions to the name rule. Somewhere in Los Angeles, there's a palm tree that insists on being called Karma. But you know how Californians can be. Chapter 3. My friends call me Red, and you can too, but for a long time people in the neighborhood have called me Wishtree. There's a reason for this, and it goes way back to when I wasn't much more than a tiny seed with high aspirations. Long story. Every year on the first day of May, people come from all over town to adorn me with scraps of paper, tags, bits of fabric, snippets of yarn, and the occasional gym sock. Each offering represents a dream, a desire, a longing. Whether draped, tossed, or tied with a bow, they're all hopes for something better. Wish trees have a long and honorable history going back centuries. There are many in Ireland, where they are usually hawthorns or the occasional ash tree. But you can find wish trees all over the world. But for the most part, people are kind when they visit me. They seem to understand that a tight knot might keep me from growing the way I need to grow. They're gentle with my new leaves, and they're careful with my exposed roots. After people write their hopes on a rag or a piece of paper, they tie it onto one of my branches, and usually they whisper their wish out loud. It's traditional to wish on the 1st of May, but people stop by throughout the year. And the things I've heard. I wish for a flying skateboard. I wish for a world without war. I wish for a week without clouds. I wish for the world's biggest candy bar. I wish for an A on my geography test. I wish Ms. Gentorini wasn't so grumpy in the morning. I wish my gerbil could talk. I wish my dad would get better. I wish I weren't hungry sometimes. I wish I weren't so lonely. I wish I knew what to wish for. So many wishes. Grand and goofy and selfish and sweet. It's an honor, all the hopes bestowed upon my tired old limbs. All through the end of May Day, I look like someone dumped a huge basket of trash on me. We're going to stop there. We'll continue with the next 3 chapters in the next video. Until then, take good care of yourselves. I'm Mrs. Lofton. I miss you guys terribly, and I hope you're being good and having fun. Take care.